Hello friends, I'm Karina Chin with karinascreations.com and I want to welcome you today to my Tuesday Facebook Live. Every Tuesday I like to go on at 1 o'clock and share a project or a bunch of cards with you just to give you some inspiration so that you can stamp and make fun cards too. So I am in Edmonton, Alberta, and I've been doing this for about 14 years, and it's actually sunny outside today. I'm so excited. We had rain yesterday, so that wasn't a lot of fun. So I'll just talk for a minute and let people jump on. I'm a little late today. I see Joy is here watching. Hello, Joy. Angela's here. Hello, welcome, welcome. I'm checking. My friend's texting me. Okay, can't see that. We'll text her back later. Oh, good afternoon, Angela. It is afternoon, isn't it, you guys? I feel like it's the morning. Brenda's here. Hello, Brenda. Nice to see you. So I'll mention right off the bat, because I always forget. Hello, Connie. If you want to order any products today, you can go to karinachin.stampinup.net. This is the hostess code, Q4A46WNX. And I always share this because if you're placing a smaller order, this hostess code will link all the orders together, and then at the end of the month I close it off, and that gives me hostess benefits to do door prizes for my class. So that's always kind of fun as well. So that's what that is. And also, if you like or share my video, I put your name into a draw for either some embellishments or a card. I made a fun card last week, so I thought that I would do a draw for who got the card, and I pre-drew her name from the likes and the shares. And it was Tracy McDonald. So do you want to see what card she's getting? Now, it's probably not her birthday, but hopefully she can use it. This is the arrow fold card that I showed last week. I upload all my Facebook Live videos onto my YouTube channel. So if you're on there and you subscribe to my YouTube channel, it helps me out so much, because once I get to 1,000 followers, then I can start doing some YouTube lives as well. So that'll even give you more stamping ideas. So congratulations to Tracy. I'll be popping this in the mail to her. And thank you all of you who like, share, who've been supporting me for so long. Thank you so, so much. I think I've mentioned this before, but I truly do this just because of all my friends that I stamp with. I'm more into the friends and building friendships and building a community of stampers. So I'm so happy that you're here with me. Sandra's here. Hello. Margaret's here. Hello. Nice to see you, girls. And right before I did the Facebook Live, I had a phone call from a friend I hadn't heard from for a while. So I'm a little chatty and got talking with her, which is why I'm late, but it was so nice to hear from her. Okay, so let me talk about, this is the card that we're going to make today. I'll show you in a second. It is a corner fold pop-up card that looks like this. I'll talk about this in a second, because first I should quickly mention what I have coming up. So if you have not been watching any of my lives, the Stampin' Up! Starter Kit is on special right now. You get $206 of product and you pay only $135. No shipping, no GST. You might have to pay PST if you live outside of Alberta. But no shipping, no GST, and you get anything you want. So that is a fabulous idea, a fabulous deal, and it ends on May 31st. The other thing you get with that is you get to be part of our Crafting Crew team. So we have some challenges on our Crafting Crew page. We have a monthly coffee talk class. It's a $5 class that I offer for our team members, and I've just started cutting those. So if you're on my team, you will be getting one of those kits soon. It's cute this month. And then also on June 19th, if you want a really fun Facebook stamp camp to attend, I'm teaming up with two demonstrators in the US, Jen Pita and Candy Rattry. And what we do is we each design 2 make and takes, we each design a card class, and then we each design a product spotlight where we kind of show you a whole bunch of ideas based around a product suite. The day is $55 and it's held inside your private Facebook group. And then there's demonstrations every single hour. So there's one at 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, and 2. And the reason why we do that is then you can go back and rewatch the demonstrations, rewatch your make and takes, or if you can't attend on the 19th, then you can do it whenever you like. And you get the make and take kits in the mail, $35 in product, and it's $50 to attend, plus your add-on classes. It's based around the peach Designer Series paper and the peach stamp set. So if you're interested in that at all, let me know, or go on my newsletter list because I sent out the information just last night. So I see Gail shared. Thank you, Gail, for sharing. I appreciate that. Okay, so I think that's all I was going to talk about. That one class coming up. Coffee talks coming up, the starter kit. Okay, I think I've checked off all my things I need to do, and now we can just have fun and stamp. But before we do that, do you guys want to see some cards that I got in the mail? So I have my one friend, Anne. Anne she lives in, I think it's New Brunswick. Forgive me, Anne, if it's wrong. Anne watches me on YouTube, but look at this beautiful card. Can you believe this? So she said her cards take her 4 hours to make. Like, look at all this paper toiling. It's so beautiful. Anyway, I just wanted to say thank you for the card, Anne. I absolutely love it. This was one of the swaps I got. I think it's a Crafting Crew swap. I'm not entirely sure who made it. Carolyn, I'm guessing, maybe. And then this swap I just got from my friend Kathy. And Kathy gave me this card. Ooh, an in-color swap. What is this one? I signed up for so many swaps, I can't remember. Oh my gosh, how beautiful is this? Thank you, Kathy. I love this one. Ooh, what's that set called, you guys? I used it last week and I forget already. It'll come to me later. And then this is the other one she did. Pansy class. Oh, I have my Pansy class this Friday. If anybody wants a kit, I cut one extra kit for it. It's going to be this Friday at 7, but look how beautiful that is. April set sampler Pansy patch. Ooh, did I send my cards out? I might be stamping tonight. But anyway, I like to share some fun cards that I get in the mail. I do a lot of swaps. I love it. I love stamping. And then it gives me ideas to share with you. Okay, so the basis of this card, let me show you this. So on Saturday at the fourth Saturday of every month, I have a virtual card class. So it's just run on Facebook. It's a private Facebook page. Thanks, Brenda. It is pretty. It's a private Facebook page, and we make 3 cards based around a stamp set. So the idea is everybody has time to order a stamp set. It's run as a club. We do hostess benefits. There's a card challenge every month, a technique. And this month it was based around Mountain Air. Now, Mountain Air is not a new stamp set or bundle. I think it's 2 years old. But living in Edmonton, this is what we did. Isn't that fun? And then I gave them a PDF tutorial this month as well. This was the technique on watercolor paper. And then this was kind of a fancy fold that we did. Isn't that one pretty? And that was the basis of this corner pop-up card that we did. And then I thought it would make for a really fun Facebook Live because I also have a stamp set of the month that I do for people online who can't come to my house. And it's featuring the Friends Are Like, Flowers Are Like Friends. I can never remember. Hold on. Let me see what it's called. Flowers of Friendship Bundle. So it's based around the stamp set and the punch. And this is the first card I've designed. The other 2 are in my head, and I have to get these out right away and do the PDF tutorial for it. So that's why I thought I'll show you how to make this today. Isn't that fun? And I have so many samples done with this set. I love it, love it, love it. Like, look at this is one. I think I made this again for, not a swap, but... right? That's kind of fun. That's using the same set. And of course, that beautiful paper. This is the pansy paper, I believe. I'm kind of mixing my papers this month, but you know, cute cards. So if anybody's interested in the stamp set of the month, you get 3 card kits free with a $35 order and your PDF instructions. And this is one of the cards. I use this paper pack. Have you guys seen this? Look at this. So this is the Hostess paper pack called Pattern Party Designer Series paper. If you organize your own private party and the orders come to $200, you could choose this as part of your Hostess benefits. But look at all the paper in here. Isn't this amazing? I like how it's black and white on one side, colored on the other. So I thought that would be kind of fun to use on my stamp set of the month for this card. Okay, so let's get that out, and I'm going to show you how to make this. If you want to stamp along with me, go grab some basic white cardstock. Okay, was there anything else I meant to talk about? I think that was it. Okay, I made myself a template as well. And I took lots of pictures in my PDF because this is a little bit tricky. Okay, so to follow along with me, you're going to need one piece of basic white cardstock cut at 8 by 8, 8 inches by 8 inches. You want to grab 2 pieces of designer series paper cut at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then go grab yourself a piece of basic white that's cut at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then a complementary color because we need to create a frame out of our layering circle dies. And then I just grabbed some scraps just for the flowers. Okay. And like I said, we did the mountain air one that looked like this. So I thought this was kind of cool too. I loved how this card turned out. Okay, so let me give you some tips and tricks to make this card because I think it's really fun. It's a little bit tricky, but you know, make 10 of them and then you'll be a pro. Easy peasy. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is we're going to do some scoring. So let me just set this aside because if you've seen my videos, you know I lose things. So let's put that up there. And I see Giselle's here and Sharon's here. Hello, hello. And Beth is here. Welcome. I'm so happy you guys are joining me today. I love stamping. I took a few days off on the weekend. My daughter was in for the weekend. So she actually stamped. I will post on my blog. This is my blog, KarinaSCreations.com. She made some cards with the Whale Done stamp set. Oh my gosh, they were beautiful. She doesn't stamp, but she embossed. She used the blending brushes. It was a lot of fun. Okay, so you want to take your 8 by 8 inch paper and we're going to score it on both sides at 4 inches. So what that does is give you 4 squares. Now, on the bottom right-hand corner, my lighting's not very good, I apologize. We're going to make a diagonal score just on this bottom one. And I really love our paper trimmer because it tends to anchor these little, anchor your paper in with the score line, the tip into the score line, and then I can create really nice centered diagonal score lines. So what I'm doing is pulling this up and kind of where this X is, X marks the spot, we're going to drag the scoring tool here and we're going to drag it down. So not my cutting blade. I did that earlier and went, oops, that was not so good. Okay, so let's go like this, making a diagonal score line. And then I'll bring it up here. So hopefully, I don't know if you guys can see that. Maybe not. You'll just have to trust me. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is grab a big pair of scissors. Yeah, see, it shows better on here. I always make a template with all of my fancy folds. Now, I'm not cutting along the score line. I'm cutting about 1/2 inch out. And it doesn't really matter how straight it is because this is where my adhesive is going. And I am cutting right here to the score line I created. Now we're going to cut this triangle away. So I could just use my paper snips. Ooh, these are the big ones we used to sell. Those are not snips. Those are monster scissors. And I think I'm just going to actually use my paper trimmer just so I get a nice straight edge. Okay, so we're going to start in the middle. I can see my score line and I can line up this little tick mark on my paper cutter part and line it up with the score line here and drag it down, and then it perfectly removes this triangle. That's it for the card, pretty much. Then we have to do some cutting. But this creates a little flap for my adhesive to go on. And just because I want it to fold really nicely, I don't want it getting stuck at all, I'm just going to miter the corner. Let's just take off a little bit of excess here. You don't have to, it just makes it fold a little bit better. Okay, so we're just going to get rid of these 2 little pieces. So there's my nice little flap. And now we're going to do some writing on it. It's going to get covered up. So I am going to put here, this is going to be an I for my inside. This is going to be a D for my designer series paper will go here. And then on the back of here becomes the card front. So let's put the front here. Okay, and I'll show you why we're going to do this. So we're going to glue this down like so, and we're going to cut it out. Now, because I have to line it up anyway, why don't I just glue it down first? I may be regretting this, you guys. Okay, where did my stamp and seal? My stamping seal's missing. You know what? I am going to be brave. I didn't do this during class. I cut it and then stuck it down. So this may not work, but we'll see. Let's try it. You know, it's a live video. Why would I want it to work perfectly? Okay, so we're going to grab my new Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. So if you are wanting a deal or you want this amazing new machine, get the starter kit right now, because you can actually get it for it's $165. So you could get it in your starter kit plus a bunch of free dies and stuff to go with it, or some embossing folders. Okay, now what I'm doing is I went and put my dies from my layering circle dies, and I'm using the largest scallop. It doesn't really matter which ones you use, but you want the circle to kind of be inside the scallop circle. So which one is this? Is this the biggest one? No, it's the second largest solid circle and the largest scallop circle, because I've already made a frame. That's how I made this frame. So I took one solid piece of Flirty Flamingo cardstock, die cut this out, and then I put this inside the scallop shape, rolled it through, and then I was left with the frame. But I didn't think you guys needed to see that. So let's put this back. You can see I just created a cheap dollar store frame. I put a magnetic sheet in a frame from the dollar store. And then I can store my dies on here. And then I can make a whack of cards without it going into the main set. And then I have to figure out, you know, what's going on? Which die did I use? And I'm just going to make sure I'm centering this inside my designer series paper. I'm going to put some washi tape down to hold it in place. And I'm kind of eyeballing it. Let's go like this. Okay, and now if you notice, it's not going to fit through the machine, right? So let's fold up this bottom quadrant, because it says DSP, and then fold up this bottom part, and then that way it's going to go through the machine. Now it's going to leave an imprint, but you know, that's okay, because we're covering up with designer series paper. And then we'll roll it through. And this new machine rolls through so nice. Oh, look at this, guys. I'm like, what is that noise? Ooh, mystery stamping with Karina. What on earth was caught in there? We'll be fixing this later, because I don't think that's a good thing to have in my machine. Looks like a crimper, though. Anybody remember the old Stampin' Up! Crimper? That's kind of funny that I had that in there. Okay, let's put that away, and let's take a look at what this looks like now. So when you open this up, ta-dam, this is my front. I'm going to gently pull off my washi tape so it doesn't tear my paper. Okay, here we go. So this is the front. I want my tab on the bottom right-hand corner. I'm going to put my inside piece here, which will be white. This will be my designer series paper. And see, it gets covered up. So that not so nice looking mark will get covered up. And we're going to go like this. There we go. We're going to put that down. Now this one I'm just going to stamp my sentiment. So I really like this stamp set because it has a punch. So if you're a beginner stamper and you don't want to invest in a die cutting machine, the punch is great. And these flowers line up really nice and they're easy to use. So I'm just going to first of all stamp "Life is better with friends like you," because I don't know about you, but I'm getting a little tired of COVID, and I think my friends need a fun little pick-me-up card. And you could even, stamp "Life is better with friends like you, happy birthday," right? You can do anything you like. And then on the bottom, hello Karen, hello Kim, thanks for joining me today. And then what I'm going to do is stamp my pieces and punch out my flowers. And I have a tip with this punch. Can you see how the punch looks? So if you line up this on your block and you stamp it like an X, it lines up perfectly and you can cut it out. Watch this. Now you can slide it in at the side and you can see it has a latch to open and close your punch. You just slide the latch, this little gray part, up and down. And I'm just going to line this up. So I like to get it in close. Move your fingers away so it doesn't pinch you while you punch. And then for this flower shape, I want it to be more like a cross shape. And then again, it lines up perfectly. If I really wanted to get fancy, I could actually stamp the leaves because there's coordinating leaves in this set as well. I don't think I'm going to. I think, I think that looks pretty nice. I'll just glue that down because my stamping seal has run away from me. I have no clue where I put it. I don't know. I had to, because I mentioned my daughter was stamping with me on the weekend. I had to do some major cleanup because I'm stamping right now on a table in the center of the room. I have 2 desks on the side of the room and they were just covered with stamping stuff. So I did major cleanup, and I should never clean because then I lose everything. Anybody else like that? Okay, so let's see. Now we're just going to glue this piece down for the inside, like so. Isn't this pretty? And then this is my card front. So where's that scallop frame that I created? Well, let's go like this. And I'm just putting a little bit of our liquid glue. It comes out really fast. So if you're a new stamper, this stuff can be kind of dangerous. You got to be really careful with it. I use it all the time for my card making. Okay, so this is the front. This is going to be the inside. And I need to stamp this, but I'm going to do that after I put this down because you got to make sure it's the right direction. So let's close this up. You're going to fold up the bottom flap and we're adding our adhesive here. So this is where you want to grab your tear and tape adhesive. Now, if you didn't cut your flap wide enough, it's okay. You can roll back the adhesive if it's hanging off a little bit. I love our tear and tape. I use it all the time. Okay, and then this is what happens now. So this is the inside. Fold it up. You close it up like this. Get a bone folder so it makes a nice crisp crease. And then when you open it up, watch the magic. Ooh, isn't that nice? And see, most of that ugly circle gets covered up. If that bothers you, remember how I cut out this piece earlier? I could just glue it. You know what? Let's just glue it there because it's excess. It's an excess piece that's going in the garbage. So why don't we make it look pretty? What do you think of that? Do you like that, guys? See? And then you can't see that frame at all. Okay, and then we need to stamp something here because our card looks a little silly like that, right? So all I did was cut out a circle. It says front. You know what? I'm just going to reuse this. Oh no, I have it done. I have a clean one cut. Or you could erase this. Why waste another piece of cardstock? Let me get out my grid paper. I had to close it up because I've got notes and names on here from our class on Saturday. And I think we're just going to use this big image from the die because see, you get 2 flowers, 3 flowers, 1, 2, 3, 2 leaves, and 4 sentiments, and a nice little strip at the bottom of flowers. Okay, let's stamp that right like that. And then I'm going to grab my paper, my coloring tools, my Stampin' Blends. I'm looking for my ink pad that's right in front of my face. Now I'm going to use the colors that coordinate with this cardstock, and I think we'll just do Flirty Flamingo. And if you watched other videos with this stamp set and punch, you know that when you cut these little flower petals into individual ones, they will line up perfectly on here if you want more of a 3D look. This stamp set is so cool. That's why I chose it as my stamp set of the month. So if you're interested in the stamp set of the month, getting the card pieces to make these cards plus the PDF instructions, it's just a $35 order, and I'll send you the pieces in the mail if you live in Canada. If you're not in Canada, I can still send you the PDF instructions. I find it helps with virtual classes to have PDF instructions, and then if you want to remake a card, you can just go back and follow them. So I've been doing that a lot lately. For most of my classes, they take a little bit of time, but you know, not too much. Okay, so let's close this up. I guess I still need that. So now we're going to put this right in here. And I really like the liquid glue for this because I have a little bit of wiggle room. So let's kind of put it in here. How does that look? Wiggle it over a bit. See? Perfect. Isn't that cute? And then with my class on the weekend, I used a brand new stamp set for all my sentiments. I love this Inspired Thoughts. It has a hello, a thank you, congratulations, thinking of you on this special day. You know, it's got some nice inside sentiments. It even has a Christmas sentiment. You can buy it as a bundle in the catalog, and it comes with trees. And I got the most amazing swap the other day from Eldana. Look at this, you guys. Okay, ready? Prepare to be wowed. Now, I want everyone to give a big thumbs up for this. Wow. Isn't that amazing? So I think I showed the alcohol technique. Well, we did it at my card class for sure, but isn't that beautiful? So that was from Eldana, but wow. So that's just using the dies. Now, I kind of thought, why, I don't need the dies, but you know what? Sure glad I have them now. But yeah, I was pretty impressed with that swap I got. Anyway, I used the little hello from Inspired Thoughts, and I have already pre-stamped it for you guys. And let's just snip it out. You can use a punch, you can use a die. But when I make cards, I don't spend a lot of time unless I'm designing for a class. And I have to design for my cookbook class. Have you guys heard about my cookbook class? It's going to be a recipe book class. And again, it's part of that stamp camp I'm doing on June 19th. But I have to sit down and design the PDF for the inside recipes for it. And then I thought we could do a recipe swap at the same time. And it's going to have a mini album attached to it, because that was super fun. We did a thing with our downline. I did something with Joanne and my friend Betty, and we did a free kind of training event for a crafting crew group and a few customers. But look at this, is a card Joanne designed. So I thought this would be perfect for a cookbook class or recipe album class, but super cute, hey? So that's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to start designing, which I love designing. Okay, so what do you guys think? Thumbs up for this card? Or do you like the Mountain Air card better? Which one do you prefer? So I see Kim's here too. Hello, Kim. Thank you for joining me. Noelle's here. Hello, Noelle. You're in Victoria? I'm so jealous. I want to be in Victoria because you guys have pretty flowers. Ours are just coming out. Okay, so this is the same type of card. It's not hard to do, especially if you follow the tips that I shared. We have Flowers of Friendship, and then we have Mountain Air, and that's what they look like. And then I'll be designing the other two cards that go with this set right away. So thank you so much. Oh, I see most people like the flower. That's interesting. Flowers. Wow. Hello, Sharon. See, that's quite interesting to me. The flower one. Wow. And see, and I loved this one more. Isn't that funny? I think because it's a silhouette and I want to start playing with silhouettes. Well, I hope I've inspired you to try this card. It's super fun. And if you're interested in placing an order, $35 order, you'll get the card kit for these. I'm also drawing for a mini stamp and cut and emboss machine this month. And that is anyone who places a $60 order, your name goes into a draw for that. That will be drawn on the Tuesday, is it May the 31st? No, June 1st will be the draw. And I think that's everything. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you're interested in any of the fun classes, just let me know. And I'll be doing a draw for the card in the mail next week. And you will get probably this card because I think that is the preference that everybody had. Thanks, you guys. And I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.